try it again. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we're going to do it.
Welcome to another episode of the Bookoo Fiya podcast.
Fiya.
Today's guest is a stand-up comic, a fucking legend in Los Angeles.
So Mikey.
An actor and the man with the BooHaas.
What's up, guys? Thank you.
The very funny
legend in the open mic scene. Gotta be here. That's my real credit.
Legend out here, period. Son.
Period.
The very funny Mikey McKernan.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good today. Today's a good day.
Enjoying the quarantine.
No.
Another day in the life.
Not at all. Gotta read books in my car. With the AC on.
What books you been reading in your car?
Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
Canon. Actually, technically, I just read the last two books I finished were Legends.
Legends.
It's about to get nerdy. I don't know.
And they're all canon?
Well, Star Wars canon right now is when Disney acquired them in 2015.
Oh, okay.
Since Star Wars, prior to that, they've always had people writing stories and publishing. So they got like hundreds of books.
Yeah.
That's called Legends.
Damn.
Disney was like, Legends doesn't exist. We're going to start our own. But of course, they'll be like, oh, we'll take that from there. Allegedly.
It's like Dragon Ball GT.
Allegedly.
I don't know if we can say Disney on your podcast.
You can say
that's like a trigger word nowadays. It's not even cursing.
Why is that a trigger word?
Well, it's just because they're such a massive corporation that, you know.
It's like Walmart.
They're like, what?
Well, they just have the money. They could sue us. They'd be like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
They used.
Oh, they was talking about our product.
Yep.
Well, guess what?
Got better
My ex
stuff.
old lady got the Disney Plus. I still got password.
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm fucking hyped for Mandalorian season 2.
Oh,
I
it's
am
gonna be
definitely hyped about
October
that.
30th.
I can't
Disney plugging you.
Yeah. Where's our money, Disney?
Yeah, Disney. Holla at your boys on the Bookoo Fiya.
Man, I
podcast.
can't wait. That's what got me back into loving Star Wars again was the first season of Mandalorian.
So
Yeah.
good.
The sequel trilogies, I was like, these are fucking whack.
I just love every episode. It's like its own journey and it's like its own little like mini like story.
Well, what's
It's
so
like-
beautiful about today's age is the television golden age. You know, like television is such a great medium to tell good stories, you
Yeah.
know, compared to like, oh, we got to like rush a movie. So now it's like, oh man, we're getting Star Wars TV,
Right.
even though they've already made Star Wars TV prior to that. That's
Yeah.
the animated series.
The Clone Wars? Is it?
Yeah, and Rebels.
Yeah, these series is on like HBO and all these like these longer format. Like I've been watching the new Ridley Scott one on HBO, Raised by Wolves.
Okay.
That one's pretty wild.
That's cool. He's doing a TV show.
But continue what you were saying
Yeah,
about
sorry.
that. So they put
just Star Wars television. That
just
was the
having
point.
it
It's
here.
dank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's a good way to tell that story.
Star Wars TV is dank.
Yeah, no, and then after watching Mandalorian, I watched the cartoons, and oh my gosh, they're some of the best Star Wars they've created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was telling me that the other day at the store, which is where I was happy to see you there
Yeah,
again.
Comedy Store, coming back to life.
Yeah, you've been there more than I have. How has it been like outside? Is there still?
It's been awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's been fun over there. I broke up my first fight in California the other day when Mike went for over there.
Yeah. Did you
Monday
see it?
night, man.
Did you catch it?
It was
Did you see
Monday
what
Night
happened?
Raw.
I had my back turned. It was behind me, and all I hear is glass shattering and some girl screaming. And then I turn over.
Yeah, it sounds like Stone Cold just walked in.
I turn my back, and then I just see this guy. Like it looks okay. They're probably wrestling on the top, but this guy gets up, pulls up a chair. Immediately, the bigger guy around us, quickest on his feet to get there, Nate, blocks the chair. Then they all
Stiff arms
tackle the
chair.
guy.
That's great.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Cause
So to me, it looked like a scuffle.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I was sitting there chilling, lighting a cigarette, I think, and I heard somebody start yelling, so I turned around, and I seen the dude grab the back of the chair and like pull this guy down, and like he was laying on his back, and I was like, oh shit! So I go over there because the dude picked up a chair
Oh,
and was like holding it like one of these chairs over
about
his
the
fucking
American
head.
History X at the Comedy Store style with a chair.
No, about to go WWE right there in the fucking Attitude Era.
Yeah, but shout out to the staff at the Comedy Store, man. They handled it really well.
Yeah, they did, but that's what I was
squashed
saying.
it immediately.
That's what I
Everybody
was saying.
settled down.
But it was just funny because I was like, oh shit! Out of nowhere, here it is.
Right.
Snap into the game. But
Yeah.
I've worked for 2 years here.
I know
and,
it's
and haven't had to break up one fucking thing.
Yeah, I love that you're a bouncer, you know, because it's out here, everybody's there's some sort of, trying to make it in entertainment industry. So
Yeah.
not much real jobs or like working at, I shouldn't say that, but,
No, it's true.
but then, I just haven't met a bouncer.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when your bouncing instincts come in, it's just so funny because it's like, oh, this is who this is
This is
what
him.
I'm really good at. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Don't me say you're funny,
Well, thanks, man.
You're really
No,
good
but
at that.
the 10 years working at some of the best clubs in New Orleans doesn't just
that's
doesn't
fun,
just slip
man.
out the window. He's still got the Batman vision, or like the Terminator vision, where he
I love
scans
that.
across the room.
I always-
like Mac and Always Sunny.
I know,
Ocular pat downs.
Yeah.
Every time I see Nate, I always tell him how much I love that he's from Louisiana because I've never been there. But people who make it out of Louisiana,
Yeah.
they're just from another planet. But
Yeah.
they're really, really like Southern belles, Southern gentlemen.
I appreciate that, dude.
Oh,
I love it. I can't wait to go to New Orleans. There's so much fucking magic there that I hear.
There is,
that I've
bro.
read.
And I was telling them about it the other night. I was telling y'all about it, but like the energy is just. I'm not a big energy dude, but the energy is fucking different there.
Yeah.
You know, and
Dan, have you been to New Orleans?
I have not. I haven't been to New Orleans yet.
You've met people from Louisiana though, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, you
I
played
played
football.
I played football at Arizona State, and there was like 4 or 5 kids from New Orleans, and you could definitely tell which ones they were because they would just the slang they would talk to one another. It seemed like they just forgot syllables and words. They were just, I can't do it, but it was hilarious the way they would just, hey, but what you talk about that?
The Bayou.
So
Something
funny.
about the Bayou. I remember my.
But they I mean, they understood.
that was a garbage impression.
I warned it was going to be a garbage impression.
But on your defense, you do a phenomenal impression of me.
Somebody's dropping cell phones on the floor.
I mean,
On carpet,
fuck. I ain't trying to do no impression I ain't good at, bruh.
What is that, boys?
Who is that?
Dude,
Who said that?
they're always. I love it, man. Impersonations of other people you know is the best.
I did in
You'll have to do it one night when all the comics are in the room, like in an open mic.
Yeah.
You'll just have to rip everybody. Just do it.
I did. If I spend enough time in a room with somebody who's got a unique voice and it isn't like anything crazy, like a James Earl Jones deepness or something like that, I can usually get like. I mean, I already know a couple comics, so I could probably do impressions.
I love it.
Like I did a Darius Culpepper impression to him.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, sometimes I get really mad at myself. Nah, shout out to Darius, he's killing.
Yeah,
it.
people are gonna be listening to this podcast and be like, "Wow, these guys got me looking up open micers right now."
Right. Shit, Darius,
He's hilarious though.
Yeah,
I
he
gotta
blew
stop.
up on the what's it called?
Yeah, he had something.
The Laugh Factory page. He had like a couple million views on one of his clips.
I think he just did something for like a TV too as well, or like a
Oh, that's tight.
something for a streaming app where it's like professionally, you know. I don't know. People,
and-
nobody calls me for that. So.
Do what you were just saying a minute ago about people they make it out of Louisiana,
Yeah,
and it's a very true thing because people don't usually leave there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
Dude, there's so many people that never make it, but within like 100 miles of their hometown that they were born.
There's some boony though in California. Like Dan, you're from the
I'm from Northern California. There's some boonies up
Yeah.
there.
what
for
is
sure.
Booney?
like
Boonies
middle
like
of nowhere,
like dirt roads to get to your house.
Yeah.
For like 5 miles away.
living on your own,
Like
bunch of land.
We call that bumfuck Egypt.
Yeah.
Exactly. BFE. Yeah. Boonies.
I tried to, one word, boonies.
Boonies.
Out
Never
in
heard that
boonies.
term?
No.
Love
Really?
it.
See, I
Middle of
bumfucked
nowheres.
Egypt. I don't know where that term came from. I
Yeah.
feel like that's got to be like a social media
Desert.
BFE. I knew that was like a out in the middle of nowhere type thing. But
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you listen to Bayou reggae?
You talking about like Zydeco and shit?
I guess I don't know any of the dance names.
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you some. I'll show you some off the air because I don't want to get the copyright. shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
man,
yeah.
that's just
Yeah, dude, like all the festivals and shit, like the Orange festivals and
know.
stuff like the Crawfish festivals and shit. They always play like like the Swamp Pop, fucking Zydeco shit,
That's just when
Wayne
you
Poops.
just think about like what two genre musics would never like get together and hump.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's what I would think about dubstep and reggae. But I went to like a reggae. It was like a dub reggae thing out here like a couple years ago.
yeah. Well, out here is normal, but like if you're going to Louisiana and
Yeah.
it's like gators and is there gators out there?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
need to get out.
I feel like my only image of Louisiana is just like fan boats and like shooting gators to like get the meat from the gators and like just straight up like those like swamp monsters shows.
Those are things, but like
Yeah.
there's
Like-
more than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
obviously.
but yeah, those are things. Like the water boy is real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Farmer Fran is a real person.
My stepdad,
You ever had to fight your stepdad?
I booked his ass twice.
that's
Take care of your mom. That's
I
good.
got to tell that.
That's been covered, yeah.
Quarantine.
That's great.
I was talking to them about that.
Already? You already covered that?
No. I was just saying I got to.
No, I
it was
feel
funny
funny.
because I didn't mean like I didn't. Just kind of happened. But I didn't realize it was a thing. I want to turn that into a bit some kind of way.
Yeah.
Saving it.
Yeah, I don't know how, but it's funny because like.
Just tell the truth of it. Really.
Yeah, well, he's like, do you know anybody who talks like that one coach? And I was like, yeah, my stepdad. He's like, is that
Well,
true?
the water boy is real.
Yeah,
you know?
because I was wearing a water boy t-shirt.
Water boy, man.
He's like, you wearing a water boy shirt?
What man wearing water boy?
Remember that time Bobby Boucher game?
Man.
Oh, yeah.
How? Where you make it? How?
I remember watching this one comedian go up at open mic, and he's like, "Hey, is anybody here liking impersonations? Well, they suck, so you should get the fuck out."
I was probably sitting in the back like,
And now coming
So
to the
many
stage,
years
Dan
ago.
Veer.
Yeah.
I forget the guy's name.
You guys like impersonation? There's
No.
my Family Guy.
You have to. It's so funny that you have to always do a disclaimer
Right?
for impersonations.
I
You ever think of-
I try to make it so it's just like a part of my bit to where
Yeah.
I'm not going up there because no one wants to just unless you're really fucking good and you can like take requests,
Yeah.
and people are just like, yeah, do Obama, and then you're just sitting there like, I believe, like you can't.
Yeah, that
It's tough. It's tough to like because you have to write jokes.
Oh yeah.
And you have to have punchlines, but if you can say those punchlines in the accent, it just like amplifies the punchline. So that's what I'm-
Cool shine.
yeah. So that's what you gotta tell stories and somehow this
Oh, yeah.
reminds me of this or whatever like that. So that's what I've been working on. I wrote out my first like all the notes that I had in my phone.
The master list, I call it.
All the notes. Yeah,
Mikey
you got.
McKernan's
Don't you
master
have
list.
like a fucking a library of jokes? You got like
Yeah, I got a lot of data.
a lot of data.
Yeah, there is some data disclaimer I will have to say is there are a lot of stickers around this city that say Mikey McKernan is
It's
not
not
funny.
funny.
It's bullshit.
Thank you.
Whoever's propagandating that shit.
news.
Fake news is fucking hilarious.
It's an inside job. I know, Mikey. I personally, I've never seen him hand out a sticker. But yet there's stickers everywhere. I don't know where they go.
You gotta leave your skid mark somewhere. So
Yeah.
I have 3 just in my backyard alone. I'm pretty sure.
I get the cop car, man, that you guys drive. I get people sending me photos of it.
All the
And that's funny because I'm like, I know whose car that is.
Yeah, it's funny. We both have them on our thing. And when I was right when quarantine started, when I went to Walmart to pick something up, they brought something out to my car or whatever. And the dude that was there was like, "Hey, who's Mikey McKernan?" I was like, "How do you know Mikey McKernan?" He's like, "I saw it on your car." I was like, "Oh, I forgot I had this sticker." I was like, yeah, follow him on Instagram. He's funny as shit. The sticker's lying.
I tell people, say whatever you want,
Oh man.
Be like, he's a dentist.
He's a dentist.
Puts too much mercury in the fillings. Boycott this movie.
He put so much mercury in the fillings.
I've told that before.
I don't know what that means,
my
but
God.
my stepdad could probably use some of that mercury. I knocked out 2 of his teeth with 1 punch.
Damn.
No, but we was talking about the water boy earlier. I thought it was funny because like I'm not somebody who like I meet a lot. I'm famous people and shit. I don't give a fuck if I meet famous people, whatever. I don't care. But there's certain people that you're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he turned 14 years old again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I was working the Critics' Choice Awards at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I was like working on the red carpet. I didn't give a shit, whoever. And a bunch
Pretty
of people,
big
yeah, people,
award show.
a bunch of people coming through, whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's that person, or whatever. And all these people losing their minds. I'm like, I can give a rat's ass. But
So
I'm standing right there at the very beginning where they all kind of come through, and I seen somebody get out the car, and I was like, it was Henry Winkler, and I was like, oh shit, and he came closer, and I was like he walked right by me. I was like, Mr. Coach Klein. I couldn't hold myself back. I was
That's
like, Mr. Coach
hilarious.
Klein. And he looked at me and he started laughing.
That's the one he gets.
I probably
hilarious.
could tell your accent too.
I was like, Mr. Coach Klein. I was like, Waterboy's from my favorite movie. I'm from Louisiana. He was like, oh, very nice to meet you. Shook my hand. I was like, that's the coolest shit in the world.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, this old lady comes up, like a sweet old lady comes up. I was working inside, and she was like, excuse me, how do I get out of here? I said, I'll show you, ma'am. So I walked the path and made her a path to get through the people. Instead of being like, yo, it's over there, lady. You know?
Right.
So I walked the path, get over there at the end, get her down the steps, and then I turned around and bumped into Adam Sandler. And I was like, hey, I just seen Mr. Coach Klein a little while ago. I was like, Waterboy's my favorite movie.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
He was like, Mr. Coach, he was like, he was here. Yeah, I saw him earlier too. He was like, very nice to meet you. And he left. And that was it. But I
Adam
thought it was the
Sandler's cool.
coolest shit in the world because I was like, how the fuck I met both of them
Yeah.
in the same day?
Dude,
It's weird.
It's fucking cool coming like face to face with like your childhood idols.
Ugh.
I saw a Sandler show at like a theater like probably a month or two before quarantine started, and he was
doing a live show.
Yeah, he was doing a live show of his Netflix special.
Hell yeah!
And he was
Where was that at?
I can't remember the name of the theater. It was like the Fontaine, I think.
Fonda was on Hollywood Boulevard.
It was down in the middle of like Hollywood over there. But it was only like maybe like 150 person like little theater. And we were front row because it was seat yourself. We were front row, but all the way to the right. So we had like a wall directly in front of us, but we were like, oops, sorry. We were like tilted over to the looking at him. And me and my brother Pat have like two of the like the most obvious laughs you've ever heard.
Yeah. Plus, you guys are freaking towering.
So we're huge and
blocking people's views.
And on multiple occasions, he like looked over to us, and at one point, he like made a comment like these two fucking guys over here. Because like we just were laughing so hard at his jokes, but I mean it was just like surreal coming like face to face. So I can't believe you got to see Coach Klein and fucking
But luckily I learned from when I met Stone Cold. It didn't say nothing stupid.
Well, tell us what you said to Stone Cold when you first met Stone Cold.
No, what'd you say?
Okay, first let me tell you before I tell you. The first time I ever did comedy in California, the first time I ever got on stage here and did a mic.
Where was it at?
The fucking Comedy Store.
Oh, really?
On a Sunday night.
Oh, up in the belly room?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I had done it for a little while back home, but I was like, whatever. I went to the Comedy Store a lot to watch and just be there. And then one night, I got to see Theo and Bill Burr on the same show.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next night, that night, I was outside smoking a cigarette, drinking beer, and I saw people putting their name in the bucket on the side, and I was like, I asked this one dude, he was like, hey, bro, you got a cigarette? I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, bro, what's that bucket? He's like, oh, you put your name in there, and you put your name on the receipt, you get to do comedy. I was like, I can do comedy here? He's like, yeah. I was like, I just saw my two favorite comics in the world. I was like, oh,
hell yeah,
fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
So I threw my name in the bucket. And then I was like, well, if they call me, what am I gonna say? I was like, I got a couple bits from back home, but there's all dog shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could do that, them shit jokes, or I could
do that.
I could do that, or I could talk about the time I met Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was like, I'll do that. So I did. And it went over really well. But
because it was a true story, right?
Yeah, it was 100% fact.
Being honest.
But it was WrestleMania 2 years ago in New Orleans, and I saw Stone Cold was gonna be there, and I was like, that was my childhood hero. You know what I'm saying? I was like, when the fuck am I ever gonna get an opportunity to meet him? I was like, whatever. So I saw he was going to do a thing at WrestleCon where it was like sign autographs and shit. I was like, I'm going to go over there. But I went to look at the tickets, and it was $200 a piece, and it was already sold out.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, well, I got an idea. Back to the bouncer.
Fucking hilarious.
I ain't going to lie to nobody, but don't say nothing. Ain't nobody, like that movie Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like just act the part, be the part. Yeah. So I'll go over there, and I seen like all these people there, 200 people in line. I'll pay $200. I'm standing there. I walked right up in there. Nobody said shit. And I seen this little dude, like this little skinny ass dude, carrying some boxes. So like I hold the door open and like help him get the boxes through and shit. And he's like, "Oh, thanks so much, dude." Like, no problem, bro. You need anything, holla at me. And
I love the bouncer lifestyle, man.
Right.
And then Stone Cold's running late. Everybody's working there, losing their fucking minds. And then he finally gets there, and they put that little skinny dude at the door checking the wristband. 2 in, 2 out, 2 in, 2 out, whatever. So I seen 3 go in. I saw 3 come out and 2 went in. So they had an extra thing. And I was like, bro, I'm going to go up in here. And I walked in there. I was like, gotcha, bro. And I just walked. He let me right on in.
Oh, my God.
So I'm in there. And I'm thinking, the whole time I was thinking, am I going to do this? I never thought what I would say. And next thing I know, I'm standing face to face with my fucking childhood hero, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he's like, hey there, how you doing? He went to shake my hand, and I was like, I love you. I was like, no, I don't. I mean, I do, but that's not what I was saying. You're my childhood hero. No, fuck. What's up, dude? Hell yeah. I brought us these beers. Because I brought 2 beers in my pockets. I was like, they hot now, but and then I was like, but I got them. Because I wanted to, my bucket list, I wanted to drink a beer with Stone Cold Steve Austin and smoke a blunt with Snoop Dogg. Those are 2 things I wanted to do at some point before I die.
Did you drink the beer?
Well, I gave it to him. He was like, oh, hell yeah, I could use that right now. And the fucking little dude that was working there was like, he ain't got time for that. Take the picture. He ain't got time. I was like, what? All right. So I fucking took the picture, and then I chugged the beer in there. he
Fucking
didn't drink
great.
it, but he put it under the table. I don't know if he took it later.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna count it as a half point.
That's
Hey,
no.
that counts, man. You
Show
got-
up with gifts.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I met
Southern
Stone Cold
gentleman.
Steve Austin
Got
of all
through,
people,
had beers on him.
and the
too.
first thing I said was, "I love you."
Yeah. That's funny.
I thought it was.
Do
fucking
you have any?
hilarious.
You ever met somebody to where you're like,
Well, the one human on this planet that probably make me cry if I ever saw him in the flesh is Jim Carrey.
Okay,
That's like my number one.
that makes a lot of sense.
my number
Yeah.
one idol. And they filmed Burt Wonderstone. That was the movie, right? They filmed it in front of my job, and he was just yards away, and I can see him, but I didn't get to meet him, and I was, I was giddy. I was like a
Yeah.
14-year-old boy, like,
yeah,
oh my god, this is what I'm out here for,
right.
Where are you working at?
Bubba Gump's
Bubba Gump.
up at City Walk.
That's the fucking spot. They got one. They got one in French Quarter.
I know.
It's fucking. That's you need to.
They
trying
say
to
if you
think.
take your date there, she'll definitely put out.
I'm also trying to think of who else. I really don't have anybody because I met some cool people, but not like got to hang out with them and stuff like that. But just be like,
Yeah.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking tight. You know.
Well, I did probably one of the best stories I have. Not best stories, but just like the nicest person ever was doing background on a show called Anger Management with Charlie Sheen,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking tight.
and he did it with his dad Martin Sheen,
Mhm.
and so we're all just like background people.
Mikey
on set.
McKernan and the Sheens.
And
the Sheen.
Martin Sheen comes up. This guy's a legend. He's worked for decades in the biz. You're an excellent.
You fucking
are so
suck
excellent.
with that stupid ass
Hey,
big
I
ass.
haven't done
fucking-
anything with this bottle yet.
No, he hit the. I
hit
just
the
like
thing
I
on the thing,
kicked the
right?
table.
So Martin Sheens the legend, and he comes up.
Comes up and introduces himself to every single one of us as an extra, and was just super cool about it, and was just totally, like
Hey, what's up?
showed us like so much humanity.
Yeah.
He was like, oh my god, this guy's freaking ginormous in the business, and we're like Joe Schmoes, and he just came up to us. It was
That's really
super
cool.
cool. and
Gave
I
you a
was
little
like,
nod.
wow,
You know,
yeah, and I was
little-
like, that's amazing. He shook my hand, made eye contact, asked me how I was, and
That's fucking awesome.
met every one of us, and then kind of powwowed around. And I was like, this is crazy.
And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but I will say, I told you this the other night at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
When I saw you do your first time ever doing comedy, the first time I seen you doing comedy was at the Jungle House, and I thought your shit, you was the funniest fucking person I'd seen out here. At the
Oh,
time.
bro, dude,
I was
I
like-
saw Mikey at.
How long were you out here?
I saw him at the Mod Mic.
Thank
and-
you, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was saying,
You
you,
can continue,
haven't
sorry.
been out here that long. You'll see. Some
No,
better
you was
comedy, I
fucking
promise.
hilarious.
No, but
You're
yeah,
so fucking, what you call it, humble.
yeah,
Oh, thanks.
yeah.
Well, I'm from a big
super humble
family.
guy, but yeah. What were we saying?
Mod Pizza. You saw me at Mod Pizza, dude. This open mic.
This
Did you
open
ever
mic
do
was the
No, but I've
best
heard a million
open
times
mic.
about this fucking place with
It
the
was
fucking
like-
pizzas and all blah.
I feel like it ruined the expectations of like what open mic should
Absolutely.
be. Because I started out at an open mic that had $2 draft craft beers and gave you a free pizza for doing a 5-minute set.
There-
Gave you 5 minutes, gave you a pizza, and then during the show you could you buy a pitcher for like $8.50 and drink like 4 craft beers and just have like a great night on a Tuesday.
Never in
Okay.
my history was there ever an establishment that was putting on an open mic, being like, "We're giving you,
Something.
Yeah.
something for free. You're gonna eat a pizza and you're gonna do your time." It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it for over 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Fucking right. That
I know.
makes sense of why you're so goddamn funny.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Thank you.
But you are like the legend out here. You know all the spots. You know all the shit.
All the open mics,
I feel like
open
it's
mic
because,
legend out here.
I love saying that. What is that?
Well, no, it's because Mikey,
is the difference?
Mikey went.
I just-
he did
you're
a
saying you-
tour. You did a tour for like what, a year, where you didn't. You went like every day except for like 1 or 2
I
days.
just, tortured myself. That's what it was. You did a torture, right?
Yeah, you did a tour.
I went up 125 days in a row of just doing stand up.
125?
Yeah, going up every night.
That's fucking awesome.
And then
I
there's
know.
times where I did like 60. I did like 63. I did one that was like 80.
just like links. Like,
Yeah,
like,
just all 2019. I just I want to do comedy is the hardest because to me it's just hard work. You know?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And comedy is every single night. It doesn't take a night off. Only you take a night off. And then when I was like, I'm single, and I don't have, I don't have to wait up for anybody because I was in a relationship for 5 years. So when I broke up, I was like, all right, I'm stand up comedy's
Let me get out and
super
see everything I
important.
missed for the.
Yeah, but doing that much, I did get burned out. I got sick, pretty bad at the end of it, and just because I was like worn out and just
Yeah.
it all hit me. But I love, it is a lifestyle. Like
Right.
comedy, going out every night. Like.
The
Sometimes
spending 4 hours to just get like a 5-minute set.
you wait 4 hours to hopefully do 3 minutes in front of
Right.
hopefully 2 people.
Yeah, exactly.
And just for one laugh.
Just for like a couple
I
laughs
like
that
it.
you can
Poetry.
The countdown.
Right. It's wild, dude. Because like, I mean, you went out the other night to that mid mic and you stood there for how long?
I was there for 3 hours. And
3 hours, and you didn't even get up.
yeah.
What time did you
But-
show up?
Well, I went over there. They said the sign up was at 7:30, and I was like, all right, I'll go over there early.
man.
So I went at like 7, and I was like at the bottom of the fucking.
Yeah, there's
I was. They had like 3 tiers of list,
Damn.
and it was like booked spots, open mic, we'll get you up at
Extras.
this time.
Yeah.
And I was like toward the bottom of that, and I was like, well, I'll learn for next time. No big
Right.
deal. I ain't bougie by no means. I don't care. But I sat there for 3 hours, and I was like, you're gonna have to get a regular water bottle.
No.
I sat there.
First podcast.
No,
for
he's
the
I
good.
sat there.
I love
I
it.
sat there for 3 hours, and I was just like, all right, bro. Like, I'm getting kind of like, I got out the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I was so hyped.
Right.
And then it's just like,
Because it's especially now, because it's like we've been sitting and waiting and doing
Yeah,
Zoom
and-
mics and shit. Like, have you been doing Zoom comedy shows and stuff?
Absolutely not.
absolutely not, he says.
Absolutely
Makes
not.
me want to
100% makes me want to barf.
Me too. I did
Can't do the BooHaaa
I've
sitting
done-
down with my laptop, dude.
Uh-huh.
My headphones
You
plugged
definitely
in.
can do that.
No.
No, I told him. I think I told you the other night that I bounced somebody out of a Zoom mic when I was hosting that
Yeah.
fucking thing.
I love it, dude.
It's
That's
a-
why it's who you are, man. It
I
transcends.
can't wait till it gets back to people outside.
Yeah,
to
I
people
mean, I
inside.
went all last week. I went out every night.
Yeah, I saw the BooHaaa,
All
the
the
Boomerang,
parks.
the BooHaaa.
Went to
Blue
San Diego for
Pomerangs.
one. Went to Ventura for one. The one in Ventura.
Let me
was a
know
lot
when
of
you go to
fun.
San Diego. I'll go with you because I got
Um,
buddies down there.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna do comedy again though. I'm taking a break.
Taking a break.
Well, just because I gotta move all my crap back to my parents' house for a little bit.
So
I
how
told
long?
this
How
to
long do you
guys.
How much stuff do you got?
Not that much. Just a room. I don't have that much furniture, but
You just gotta.
I got a lot of books. And when you move a bunch of books, there's
It's a son of a bitch.
like you can't put them. You can't. You're like, oh, I'll get a really big box for all these books, and you can't do that because
Yeah.
it's the box. is
Uh,
so
I
heavy.
bought-
I have something for you. You can use the blue totes, like the plastic totes.
Oh, there you go.
I brought that shit with me because I brought my books with me from Louisiana.
Oh yeah. It's so funny. I actually don't have any of those.
Them bitches work, son.
At Home Depot too, they sell like the big black like tote things with the yellow lid that you can.
I got two.
Yeah,
I got.
it's so
I
funny.
got
I've
2 or
got
3
one
of them
of
blue
those yet.
ones.
They're like $7 or whatever.
Right arm.
But yeah,
Right arm, right arm.
We say right on, but that's a California. I thought
Right arm.
that's a.
My older brother would say it, so
That makes sense. I mean, right arm because
I take a lot from my family.
Do you?
Oh yeah,
The Rancho
Mostly
Cucamongans?
mostly attention. But
I bet. Which, by the way, my people in Louisiana, like I know, I didn't know that was a real place until
Yeah.
I met you and you told me you were from there, and I was like, stop lying, son. I was like, because I know about it from
real life.
from Workaholics,
Yeah.
yeah,
but I was like, oh, I thought they fucking made that up.
no, and it's a guy looking like I do, telling you too. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
It makes okay.
You're like, I saw this TV show already. What
Yeah,
the hell?
I synced it.
We were talking about crow hop last week and how that's a word that Nate knows.
Crow hop?
How it's like punching somebody out, like if you crow hop somebody.
It's like sneaking them, like you run up and just.
I didn't know that.
That's,
Yeah.
Well, that's what we.
But
call
I
it.
just see a crow hop like a crow hopping. Right?
See, I don't know where it came from. I told him the other day.
It's a baseball term, yeah, for like an outfielder.
Not
They've
that I know.
always my coaches in high school would say, would you after you catch a ball or like catch a ground ball in the outfield, you do a crow hop, which is like you like bounce up and then you throw. We talked about it last time. We ain't got to talk about it again.
What's the
but-
thing? New terms. We
Yeah.
all want to learn.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
we live in the term age.
You're talking about family terms. I have a family term that like I call people all the time. They probably don't even know what I'm saying to them, but chumney.
Which is
It's
like jackass.
It's like hey dude or like jackass. It can be like a endearing like chumney. I haven't seen you in a while, or like a chumney like you spilled something,
Yeah.
But
Chumney.
usually it's
That
just
was
like
pretty good.
like if you're being like a
Chumney.
dick or something, or like you'd sack tap somebody, be like fucking chumney.
we say asshole or bitch or
Yeah, I mean that's the
Jackass,
It's just like a family
idiot.
term. We'd have like my family would have like chumney cook-offs where they'd like cook ribs, and it was like the best beef ribs won.
yeah. Dan's got
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I got hella family, dude. My dad's one of 12,
Damn.
so
It's a big family.
But what about you? What you said you take from your family? Who's like your favorite like person? To, like,
who's your favorite family member?
Yeah.
Put 'em
no,
up.
who's like your favorite person to like watch and be like, all right, I'm gonna take that.
Well, my dad worked a shitload like growing up. Like he worked a full-time job, then he bartended. So I would see him at the end of the night. And so my dad picked up my mom when she already had 3 kids. Idiot. But but then I was born and I got to know her. So I was like, all right, I get it. And then
I get it.
I can't help it. That's literally something I just wrote down recently. I was like, let me just try it on the podcast.
It
Damn
works.
it. What a fucking
Mikey-
open micer Mikey McKernan is. Oh, trying to run bits on somebody's open mic.
Please do. It works.
On his open
Right.
mic on the podcast. I didn't mean to call your guys' podcast. But my oldest brother he dropped out of high school, and he basically was like watching over the 3 kids that my dad had with my mom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so my oldest brother was like, where I get my sense of humor from, definitely from
Yeah.
my oldest brother,
Fuck yeah.
Brian. Shout out to Big
Well, so I know
Big
you
Brian.
you
He's a-
refused. You have a disclaimer like the non.
What? No.
Where we don't do BooHaas
Did my lawyer
on,
tell you
on
that?
anybody's TVs. You know what I'm saying? Only at the stage.
I know. I hope no one's ever heard of me and they're like, what the fuck is a BooHaaa? Why do they keep bringing up? It's Bookoo Fiya.
The Bookoo Fiya BooHaaa crossover episode. But what I would love. Can you tell us where that came from?
Yeah. I would just tell bad jokes and I would do that for my friends. And then they're like, you should do that on stage. And I'm like, no, that would suck. That's hacky. That people would get sick of that in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it on stage and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
And now it should be on a fucking.
And now I'm
t-shirt.
cursed for life. Now I'm stuck in the Sith temple of comedy.
Yeah, or the 66.
Sorry. Yeah. I know.
That's so fucking funny though. Like, so you started with people. It was just like booze and ha's, or like.
Boo. I don't know. I'm very, when it comes down to it, I'm really obnoxious.
Yeah.
So somehow I was like, how can I be obnoxious on stage, but people would like it?
It's funny that you say Jim Carrey because I see a bit of
That
That
Jim
made
Carrey in you.
1000%
Yeah.
sense to me.
Number
see, 'cause-
one.
Yeah, I can see it being an influence on you because like just the ridiculousness and like the facial expressions and like the
Yeah, he was catchphrases.
so
man.
yeah.
When
I
he
mean,
would
So
write,
smart and so silly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, he had an early, life too. Growing up, he was poor, and he just was like, my family's so poor, I'm just gonna fucking entertain my parents.
Right.
But every time he wrote his movies, with his characters, he always made sure he had lines that people would repeat, and they'd get stuck in their heads. And to me, it was like, of course we ate that up.
Yeah.
And
Smoking.
yeah, almost all you think about almost all his movies, he's got them. And to me, I was just like, that's so good. And I grew up playing hockey, so when you're on a team sport, you have to, you entertain them. you
Oh
know?
yeah.
So I was
back of the bus. You're just making everybody
so
laugh.
I
you
would
know?
quote Jim Carrey to all my teammates
Right.
growing up throughout my life. Dude, like parents would love it. They would make me quote in front of everybody, in front of the parents.
Oh yeah, dude. It's
Our
that-
pets'
that
heads
was-
are falling off.
I can quote that. I can quote that whole scene, dude. Both characters. That's
You did not click
here's something to reveal. When I first ever started doing stand-up comedy, I tried it when I was like 18, and I did literally a handful of times. Like my friends would play music, and I'd pretend I was like the MC and stuff like that. So I would never take it serious because I would quote that whole scene as both characters, like doing stand-up,
Yeah.
and of course that's full-blown plagiarism.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, you can't do that, but
I mean, me and my
Shout
brothers
out
would
Callahan.
just yeah. Plagiarism. Me and my brothers would just like recite movie quotes to each other because like my mom worked nights as a nurse, so like my dad
Yeah.
would just get like a couple movies and we'd watch like 2 movies in a night, and then like the next week we'd just be saying, whatever jokes or whatever lines. So like I got into doing impersonations at a young age, and then like in high school I would do impersonations of like teammates, and then in
Oh, yeah.
college I got impersonations of like coaches.
Oh yeah,
And
you win.
Yeah, even like we did like a freshman talent show like at my college that I went to in Staten Island, New York, Wagner, my freshman year, where like we had a little talent show, and I did I did the Real Men of Genius voice for like another guy who there was a freshman on our team. His name was Josh.
Real man.
Yeah, Real Man of Genius.
Oh, I love those.
He was
commercials, man.
he was a freshman on the team. He had tattooed on one bicep and Buddy tattooed on the other bicep.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
he had Buddy just like that.
Well, to me, that's when we were like, you're bringing up my catchphrase. Then I hear things like that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Oh, it was so
having
great.
a catchphrase sucks.
Mikey McKernan is gonna get the food.
Yeah,
Nope,
boom,
abs-
aha. Oh man.
I don't know if I could ever. I don't have any tattoos, so. I don't
Here's
know
your
if I could
first.
ever-
That would be so funny.
No, the one I really want is the end of the sticker that says "is not funny."
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually funny.
Yeah,
That'd be very good.
because I can't. You know, I don't have to get them.
Right.
Yeah,
Mikey
you
McKernan.
you are you.
Yeah.
Meta.
But yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool, like growing up and just like starting, not necessarily knowing like I want to do stand up at a young
Yeah.
age, but just always being like the kid on the back of the bus making your teammates laugh,
Yeah.
or like the kid on Xbox Live saying, the funny shit to get your boys to laugh, or
Yeah, those have been the only open mics I've been able
Exactly,
to do during
exactly.
quarantine. Is during the chats on fucking Call of
Xbox.
Duty.
Yeah.
That's good. Do you stream yourself and do that?
No.
No,
Man, I'm
we have
telling
the
you,
equipment now.
You got to.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I did it for a couple days, but it was a little frustrating because it was just like
Yeah, absolutely.
0 viewers for like 7
100%.
hours, and everything like that. But you got to take like I just didn't work hard enough at it because I should go back to it because then you can clip yourself and then like
Yeah. Were you playing with other guys at the time?
I was playing with
Yeah,
Nate
I've been
and-
telling him
That's
for
what I'm saying.
fucking months.
If it's just you two and there's nobody watching, but you're playing with other people and they can hear you, right?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like at the end of multiplayer games,
Yeah.
there's like all the people in there, and you got like 10, 15 seconds where you can hear each other talk, and you can
Oh,
talk
yeah,
shit
yeah,
to
yeah.
each
Oh
other.
yeah, that's
So
that's
it's
where
like-
the
That's
wars
Call of
go
Duty.
down.
Yeah.
It's just
In the
like,
lobby.
You
Exactly.
fucking suck, bro. You suck. You
Yeah.
suck.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you know, when you're not filming yourself, you are talking to a community during certain
Yeah, and during the games,
because that's an audience, you know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
mean,
So
I would
that's
do
why-
impressions at the end of the game or something like that. Like we do Trailer Park Boys stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Smokes, let's go.
always that's my catchphrase on Call of Duty. Smokes, let's go, you fucking nerds. Venmo me, each one of y'all Venmo me $1 for some cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's my Venmo's at your daddy Roboito.
His name on Xbox Live is Corey Trevor and mine's Randy Leahy.
Oh man, I love it. Corey and Trevor were the best, dude.
Dude, I Corey was probably one of my favorite characters on the show. I'm not cool enough to shoot your gun, Julian.
That's Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor, fuck it, Corey. But I'm not cool enough to shoot your gun, Julian. Trevor, shoot this, or we're never gonna be friends again.
I want to go back. You're talking about Stone Cold. You're still a wrestling fan right
Yeah.
now, right? It's so funny because I don't watch as much wrestling anymore, and there's a especially in the comedy world, and a lot of people are still fans of wrestling, And when you think about it, it's whenever I we'll hang out with a friend and it's going on, I still sit down and watch it. I watched it when I was a kid, and it's so funny because you are like, man, this is. This is still a really good show. Like these guys
Yeah.
put on arena status type of show. You have to give them respect as the performers. You know what I
Right.
mean? But then again, it's also so funny because girls will probably like to tease guys about watching wrestling. But
Yeah.
it's same as like reality show. It's like what you're looking for the drama, okay?
Yeah.
There's plenty of drama in
Yeah.
these wrestling shows. too,
Both are
as well.
scripted and both are dramatic.
Yeah, because
You know?
whenever I like jump in and I watch, I'll be like, I was like, okay, why are they mad at each other?
Yeah.
It's
Oh
like,
well, he
what's the
told he
beef?
fucked his wife.
yeah. Are they doing that? I wish.
Oh, shit like that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
that's
That's good.
one of the classic
I saw-
tropes. 'Cause they just use all these
one-
different tropes over and
I
over.
think it was NXT or one of the wrestling shows where it's literally like live streaming like her like the dude's wife who just got fucked who's in the ring or whatever. The dude's like standing in the ring talking shit, and then it like cuts to like those two in bed with each other, and he's just like, yeah, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, this is fucking cutthroat. Homeboy's wife is literally just getting banged on like the big screen in front of an audience of like 30,000.
I tell people when that you were saying like people make fun of people for watching wrestling. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, go ahead. I know, but like you watch cartoons, you watch the Avengers. I know that shit ain't real.
Oh, yeah.
I know wrestling ain't real.
Yeah, 100%.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but I
it's
mean,
fucking fun.
I like comparing it to the reality shows, like how
Yeah.
like so many girls want to watch like
Oh yeah, Kardashians.
Absolutely.
yeah exactly. So like it's like
You know these bitches ain't real.
there's not much difference between that and RuPaul's Drag Race. They're both the same.
I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that.
Is that like
That's a
NASCAR?
drag queen show.
Drag queens? I
It's
thought- I
like
thought
drag.
it was
Yeah,
racing.
it's like a
But they put
reality
on,
show.
but it's because they no matter what, like I
they
got.
race.
it's like the Ultimate Fighter, but for drag queens.
I'm imagining like Mario
They have,
Kart
like,
with
I've
drag
never
queens.
watched it, but
Oh.
I've seen, but I've been to drag show. It performed between drag,
Yeah.
So like I love, and I got nothing but respect for it.
Oh yeah, me
because-
too. Because they got Bookoo up in Louisiana. They poured it.
Yeah, they put on
Yeah.
a
They put on
like
a
you
show.
said, they put on a great show. They're all like the high level of performing that these wrestlers and drag queens have to do. They're
It
excellent.
takes a lot to get up there in front of them
Yeah.
people and do that shit.
And so that's why I think comedians, why there's such, like, of course, like a lot of comics, grew up with, but they're still into it because they like the fake drama, but the level of how they perform.
Yeah.
So comics, everybody was always like, what you just said, it's like, oh, I can't imagine them going up there and do that in front of people. They say that about comics all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I get why comedians in the wrestling world is
kind of like intertwined a little bit.
Yeah, they're like, well, they've been working together, and it's like a high five. I always say they're a high five.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it, because for sure, like just being like in front of them thousands of people, and shit, like
arena status,
dude, like
Yeah.
100,000 people at WrestleMania,
and especially
type shit.
right now where there is no fucking,
Yeah,
there's no
and that's
real
what's been
people.
throwing me off. Like I kind of fell off of it a little bit during quarantine because they've been trying to do different shit, but it's just kind of hard to watch. But now apparently they did the thing like the NBA did, where they started putting like the
virtual fans.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So it's not
It looks
the
pretty
same,
cool.
but they pump in the noise and they put the thing, and it actually doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
From what I've seen on clips, so I might have to get back into it. So.
As-
Yeah.
As far as football goes, I never really could. You never really could see from the box office view. You could never see the fans during like the actual gameplay,
Which is true. Yeah,
which
they
is true.
cut to
So you
them,
never
but
really. Yeah, they would always cut to like them after the big play or something like that. But as
it's
far as like
not
the
that
actual
different.
experience of watching football, I'm still like just as much of a football fan as I've ever been.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up playing hockey, and I've been watching that, and it just sucks because hockey, since it's the arena and it's smaller, the crowds have such a impact, on the game sometimes because they can, motivate your team, make a momentum shift. And to me, it's like, watching basketball too. Luckily, basketball's got family in there now.
Right.
It's like, man, these you're like, they're gonna win the trophy, and
Yeah.
nobody's gonna be there to celebrate.
To a
Yeah.
ballroom of like 100 people max.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna be able to even hug each other.
Have you been to a professional hockey game?
I have. I've been to a Ducks game.
Hell yeah,
Is that your
in-
team, right?
that's my
Anaheim.
team.
I think it was a Ducks Red Wings game, or no, I don't know
Go
if it was a
Ducks.
Red Wings game. I'm a big Red Wings fan though.
Gross, but
Quack.
no.
He said
Quack.
gross.
Nate's
Quack.
never been to a game, and
No.
when it all comes back, when we're allowed, man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you to a game.
Dude, I'd
be
fucking
fun.
love it, man. That would
we
be
got some
awesome.
good seats. So.
That'd be a fun.
Yeah,
trip.
hockey's I go all day, dude. It's the greatest sport on earth, fastest game on earth. It's intellectual sport, best defensive game. All right.
And you can fucking fight.
And you can
It's-
fight. That's
it's
like
tactical.
the dopest part.
100%, and that's where that has a thing to do with the crowd and momentum.
Yeah.
Right now, since they're in the bubble, there's no crowd. You don't see that many fighting because you can't hear stuff after the whistle. It doesn't happen because if some guy hits you, and your crowd's like, oh yeah,
Right.
hit him back.
Yeah.
Then you you get your blood
Yeah,
pumping.
you
But
gotta-
since there's
yeah.
nobody there, it's kind of like they still pump certain noise for those moments, which
Yeah.
is so bizarre.
It's easier to calm yourself down.
Yeah,
because
but-
you didn't get snuck in front of 20.
Didn't get Cronwalled or something.
Exactly,
yeah.
but fighting, it's gone down because the game has gone so faster and guys are getting bigger. But if you're able to drop the gloves, you got to be able to skate, catch a pass, shoot pucks, put points, and the reason why it's still there, a lot of people love it, riles up the crowd, but if you are a home team and somebody comes in and scores 2 goals on you, you're like, we got to get this crowd back in there. So you send out your guy who's going to go and
Right.
whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah, get the
And then the
momentum
crowd's
back.
going to be like, let's go, come
Yeah,
on,
let's
go. So guys are always like, the bruisers are like, I protect my teammates, and
Yeah.
I
So they call 'em
become a
bruisers?
fan favorite, and I know how to get the momentum back.
Like the Bash Brothers if they grew up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hockey, yeah, it's back in the day, and it's another reson why I
Ever
think-
since Happy Gilmore stabbed that guy with a skate.
Yeah. Another point I love saying too is that hockey, why it's another great sport in my opinion, why I enjoy the fighting in it. I know, you don't want to get people punched in the head and stuff, and why it's so good is that, if you got, the professional athletes, they're putting their bodies on the line, everything, passion. So you get angry at times and you got pent up and there's outlets.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So if you're like, hey, I got a sport where if I just want to, me and this guy are just going at it,
Right.
let's just drop the gloves, let's fight, go sit for 5 minutes and then we'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
It is the penalty box as opposed to getting ejected.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get ejected though.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
But overall though, that is a great point, because in the other shit, you want to it's the discipline, but it's
Absolutely.
fucking hard. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying?
really hard. It's really
fucking
hard.
hard sometimes. But that's
Yeah.
fucking badass. I can't wait to go check that out
Yeah, I
in
know.
real life.
But there's-
Fuck Tom Brady.
Yeah, where there's hockey and Louisiana. There
Fuck
is
Tom
somewhere.
Brady. Fuck Tampa. Fuck Atlanta and Carolina.
Derek
Who
Carr.
that bitch?
I'm saying
I had
fuck
to
Tom Brady this weekend.
You a
What
Broncos
happened,
fan?
what happened to
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever know the story why?
No.
Well,
South Park.
No, my uncle. My uncle was actually a rabid fan for the Denver Broncos for about 30 years. He was known as the Barrel Man.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, Tim McKernan, the Barrel
No,
Man.
dude, I do know the Barrel Man.
He walked around.
I
Mile
know
High.
who that guy. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked
Yeah.
around Mile High Stadium. So
That's your uncle?
That's my uncle.
Oh, that's fucking
That's
tight.
hilarious.
His name is Tim McKernan.
Oh, okay, fucking
Nice.
right.
Yeah, my dad. My uncle was always a Broncos fan. He moved to Colorado, obviously, to work for United Airlines, and my dad bet him like $20 that he wouldn't get on TV if he did that, and
Yeah.
he literally did it for 30 years.
Oh, that's so funny.
They got a statue of him. I got a picture.
That's
I'll show
fucking
you.
That's
dope.
badass,
So,
dude.
yeah, well, because I'm from SoCal, and my dad and then my brother, they're always been Rams fans. But when Rams left, they broke their hearts, so they're kind of
Yeah.
like whatever.
Mhm.
But we kind of always had a stake into the Broncos because of
Yeah.
my uncle. But I was always a Broncos fan, and then
Yeah.
now the Rams are back. My dad and my brother
Full on the Rams.
full on train,
Yeah.
and I give
That's
it to them.
good.
Absolutely.
I can't believe San
Yeah,
Diego.
y'all fucked us over 2 years ago with that no call.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I know.
Tell you
Dude,
people. I
Aaron
said,
Donald's
yeah,
probably one
we
of
won't
the most
forget.
ridiculous
He's
players in
fun
the
to
league. That
watch.
guy's a man amongst boys, just
Same.
tossing people. He tossed Zeke last week or something?
I don't know.
He tossed somebody last week, like a rag doll.
I watched Hard Knocks. That dude's a fucking savage.
He's a beast.
That dude's a fucking
Yeah,
savage.
he's great. So I mean, I'll keep an ear out. I can't. It's a bummer, man. They got these brand new stadiums, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a $5 billion stadium in LA.
yeah.
WrestleMania gonna be here in April.
Super Bowl.
You got tickets for that already? Damn.
Dang.
Thank you,
He's crazy.
stepdaddy Donald.
That's right. You told me that the other night. Getting the stimulus check, you said, "Fuck it, I'm buying WrestleMania."
I said, look, I'm
tickets."
taking half for something stupid that I want that I'm not supposed to have.
No, that's how you have
That's
it.
2021 WrestleMania?
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be
Can't
what
wait.
year or what time of the year?
Somewhere, probably.
End of March or beginning of April.
Okay.
That's
Good,
that's
decent,
what- that's-
decent chance it'll
That's
I
what I'm
can't
saying. It's a full year after Rona. I'm like,
Yeah.
Can't wait.
well, apparently it's supposed to go away in November with whoever's fucking gets elected supposed to fucking
Yeah.
save the world or whatever. So
Right.
come
I
on.
hope so.
Put me in the game. That's what my Facebook told me. So we'll see.
I had to I had to delete my dad off Facebook.
Damn.
What did you do? For what?
we got into an argument about the
Politics?
politics and like
So you deleted your father
my
off
dad.
of a social
Yeah,
media
because-
app
yeah
over
because-
discrepancies between political
because,
views.
yes, because he can't separate like political discussions from like hurtful comments. Like he'll like people like family friends that we don't see all the time, but they have them on Facebook. Like the people that you have on Facebook that you don't ever see, but you have them on Facebook. The people that we have always been friendly to in the past, like however many times. 3 years since Trump's been in office, it's just been like, you either support Donald Trump or you don't support Donald Trump. And on Facebook, it's like you either clearly support Donald Trump and are posting stuff that's like, calling Democrats libtards and stuff like that, So you can't, I'm not trying to see it. And it's more of like every time I get on Facebook type thing, which I don't get on it that much, but every time I do get on, I just see something that I just immediately disagree with. And then I see his like attitude towards it. And it's just like, I can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore.
Well, okay, but I'm saying I think it's funny that you had to delete your dad off the internet because you called him a troll and he called you a libtard.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. So,
But anyways,
yeah, but it's that's these days. I can't wait till coronavirus and politics are over so people can talk about other
can't
shit.
we all?
People can go to
Mikey
comedy
McKernan
shows.
with his 125 days in a row doing comedy. I'm
Yeah.
sure that fucking
That's right.
dumbass Rona fucking hit you.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. Pretty
I
bizarre.
would imagine like you more than anybody because you were out every night type thing for so long, and it's just like now it can't be. Like, what is the biggest like adjustment you've made in your personal life? Like, where are you dedicating most of your time now to?
Reading.
Reading. That's
Consuming
solid,
knowledge, son.
right?
I've been reading and watching YouTube.
What do you watch on YouTube?
I watched this vlogger. His name is Justin Scard. He's part of Random Land Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a Disneyland blogger.
Yeah.
Not like more of,
You're a big
but
Disney
yeah.
guy.
yeah, I love Disneyland.
Yeah.
And so that's where like when he first came out of the gates of doing his vlog, like doing videos, that's what he was doing because he had, he's from Orange County and he knows a lot about it. And so you just eat that stuff up. But then he started like going all over the place and traveling and just hitting up like, like tourist, like roadside attractions, tourist spots, everything he was just into.
Yeah.
And I like his attitude about it. And he's, he does like really bad jokes, but he does puns. And so I'm always into that. But it's the whole, like, he is an entertainer. Like he used to be a punk band and stuff like that. And so like I grew up loving that kind of stuff. That was kind of, I wasn't deep into it, but I love punk music. And so, I just, it's like, man, as an entertainer, it's like you got to have an online presence. So it's like I like to watch him, not be ashamed to just hold up a camera and just talk to it all the time. Because to me, I can't do that.
I'm the same, man.
I hate talking to myself.
Yeah.
Like I can't pretend like, what's up, guys? I know you're in there somewhere, but
Right. I know you're going to see this at some point in the future after I spend about 3 hours editing it by myself and listening to myself talk and like doing all this stuff.
It's just so much playing with yourself.
Yeah. And I don't know. I thought about, because like,
but I got respect for people who can do it. Like, because I like him and I watch him because I'm entertained and I'm trying to,
Yeah, there's a lot of, especially impressionists. They go on TikTok or something like that and get like I should be doing that, probably. But I've never been the type of guy that's like, I'm gonna set up a camera and it's just like, here's my 10 best impressions. Like and subscribe.
Man, I've been for longer than I've been doing stand up. I've been trying to like wrestle with. I'm gonna have a YouTube channel and do this thing because that's where it is. It's like if you want to entertain, you should be entertaining on the internet.
Yeah.
This is
Especially
we're
now.
doing it right now.
Right.
We're recording a podcast, that kind of stuff. So
Shout out to the Melrose Podcast.
Appreciate you. This place is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's what. And so, we're doing a level of that. But there's so much more. Like I'm in the acting out here, and I was asking you guys about gaming, and they're like, "Oh, are you a gamer? You should start playing video games." But of course, if you're like, "I'm not very good at a game," I'll be too worried about trying to be funny. But at the same time, oh, you can live stream and they'll donate you money, and you can get a bunch of hits. Or it's like, because before Corona, I was having a really good time doing stand-up comedy, and I was doing some of the best ever, and I was making the most money I've ever made, which is not that much, but.
Still, money in stand-up is fucking worth its weight.
Yeah, but putting out clips, just putting out your stand-up comedy clips, I was like, okay, I'm ready for all that. Like, I actually opened up for a girl who shot a special, and so I got like a video waiting, to get chopped up and put titles on it. You got to learn how to do all that stuff. So there's like that was like my all right. Here's my my presence. But when coronavirus happened, all I cared about was posting on Instagram.
Yeah,
and which kind of sucks, but.
That's you got to get out.
That's
You got to
what it
get your
is.
content out
That's all
somehow.
you can do.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I've always seen like Instagram and other things like that as kind of like vain as like just like an attention type. Look at me, like here's my ass, like blah 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 or whatever. But there's definitely
a lot of ass on Instagram.
A lot of it.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fannies.
Love Instagram. Love content.
Big fannies. He's like,
Big fan.
Yeah, you missed.
no, I caught it.
Bookoo Fiya.
But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to just self-create and self-motivate and self-write, direct, produce, edit.
Especially when it's not for other people,
Right.
And that's like, this is my job. If you want to do this should be doing your job.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking the other day. It's like it's so easy. Like there's no worries whatsoever when you're doing something for somebody, like for like a job.
Yeah.
But if it's for you, it's so easy to fucking be like, oh, I could do that later. Or
Right.
I should do that. But it's like you gotta like be the boss of yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Be like, look, bitch, do what the fuck you're here to do. God damn it.
Right. That's what that like I did that voice acting class, and like the whole first class, it was pretty much just a lecture on how you're your own boss and you have to like be adamant about if they need it by this certain time, you got to get in the booth and do it, and if they don't like it, blah blah, or just basically like wake up and you have to write. You are your own boss and you write your own schedule, but you better like work when you're scheduled to work, otherwise you're gonna fall behind like super quick.
Yeah, it's discipline.
It's so unbelievable how just everything that's going on in our timeline of life that it's making all of us like get away from each other because self-tapes are they're just so prevalent and easy today to like do acting jobs, like like doing a self-tape audition,
Right.
for voiceover. It's like you all can just do it yourself, and to me it's so weird because it's like you'd have to meet people, you go out in the room,
Right.
and
That's
It
what I was-
happens anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and kind of going back to what you were saying about like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's me, just talking to the phone. It's the same thing with the self tape.
You're just sending it into the void. You're just like,
Well, I'm saying I never did the self tapes before until
Yeah.
recently because my acting class I was doing in real life started doing it on Zoom during quarantine.
Yeah.
So they would do the self tapes, and then the teachers will go over it, and we'll all go over it in class. So I was having to do that and then to learn how to.
You'd have to like stand up too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, like I did a couple, like I did a lot of them standing up at the beginning, and then they told me I could sit down if I wanted to for the scene. So like
But to me, that's how you got to be. If you're
But-
acting, you're like,
well, what I did was
you can't be sitting looking at your laptop doing this.
Yeah, and I
that's-
told
that-
my teacher, I was like, so I did a couple different scenes, whatever. I did a scene from The Water Boy, I did a scene from this and that and the other. And they told me, I didn't ask them, they told me, they were like, Nate, if you want to do trying to work some of your comedy in here, you were 1,000% you can do that. And I was like, so a couple weeks, I felt like I was cheating. But I was like, whatever, they told me I could do it, so.
You're like, oh, all right. Well,
Like I wrote a bit.
I wrote something down today.
I wrote
so-
a bit about how I learned about sage for the first time, because I did. It was like a story, so I just told
roommate.
the fucking story. And I was just like pissed about it. And they that was probably one of my best fucking things I submitted to them. They were like fucking.
Did anybody come up to you afterwards and go, "You smell like sage"?
No, it was on Zoom.
Yeah.
But they see me sitting there the whole. It's so funny in the Zoom class on the fucking acting class on Zoom, because everybody's like in there doing whatever they're fucking doing on Zoom. I'm sitting on the patio just chain smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee out of a fucking measuring
great.
cup.
No, but
He
I
likes
just think
the
it's
measuring cup coffee. He doesn't like to drink it out of an actual mug. He just likes the
That's
measuring
cool.
cup coffee.
it's all about if you got numbers, whatever.
You got numbers?
All I
like
could
the
say
bit-
is
I like
if
the
people
grip.
go, "Wow, you got this weird habit, you OCD," you go, "No, but it's better than heroin,"
You know what I'm saying?
or a
Little controlled
At least,
chaos.
at least it's not heroin.
It could be worse, dude. It could be heroin.
I never paid for drugs. Not once.
Not one.
I just think it'd be funny if you were like somebody like could smell sage on you and kept bringing it up.
No, I
Oh,
don't smell
you
like
had it?
fucking hippie.
Yeah.
I don't smell like I stepped in dog shit
The other
and
night,
ain't took a bath in 3 days.
man, the other night I was out like by the beach watching a comedy show. And there's a shitload of people there, and a big name was supposed to drop in and didn't because he saw everybody not wearing masks and stuff. And he was like,
shit.
"All right, I'm out."
Damn.
Yeah, and so but there was they had like bonfires. So and then I went to a girl's house afterwards, and
Oh.
she was so like she loved that I smelled like a bonfire.
Right?
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's so funny to me. Like that, like put her more.
I used to have those all the time in the
More
Midwest.
down.
Yeah, put her more in the mood to
Get close.
have deep
Yeah,
conversations.
get close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Come see,
intellectual.
baby.
Intellectual.
I got a secret to tell you. Come see.
I'm a gentleman. Come on.
Oh, that's
He's
great.
like, yes, you are a gentleman, Mikey McKernan. You got Bookoo respect.
Bookoo Fiya. Respect.
Cool.
Bookoo Fiya.
There it is, folks.
Oh, that's going on the clip.
You have permission to use that as your intro music if you guys
Oh, there it
know
is.
how to edit that.
Right.
I wouldn't call that music though. That's when to me what's gonna really make me famous. Somebody sample the BooHaas.
Yeah.
That's how it is nowadays. Because
Right.
My cousin does it. My cousin made the intro song for us for the thing.
Oh,
My cousin got
hell
it.
yeah.
He could definitely take the BooHaas sample.
Yeah.
If you got it on a fucking tape.
That'd be
It's out there.
That'd be fantastic.
BooHaas.
That's what I'm
Said
saying.
right before the
That's
drop.
what people think. I was like, okay, now he's cool because this rapper used it,
Yeah.
or this DJ was like,
Yeah, Lil Wayne sampled the BooHaas.
he's in. He's in.
That would be fucking great.
Alert all the rich people. He's in. Go ahead. Let him through.
Illuminati. This
Yeah.
one. This one. He's
Hey,
good.
this
He's good to go.
motherfucker
Good
with
to
the
go.
catchphrase, give him money.
Damn.
Fucking hilarious, man. How's everything else going though, man? You doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Just gonna do a couple little move in.
Yeah.
Well,
you ready
well-
for? Well, you ready for? You said you're gonna take a little break or whatever, but you're not retiring.
No, I just
Just
have to
it's a
go.
bounce
You just
back.
got shit to do.
Yeah, I gotta
got
hang
shit
out.
to
I gotta
do.
hang out with my
I'm
old
gonna be
folks.
back.
So
You know what I'm saying?
gotta hang out with my parents a lot. They're gonna, I have to move all my shit home, and I'm probably gonna live there for
I have to
hopefully
move.
not a month, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be around them. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
tested, not do comedy, not spit in microphones. Even though they've all been outside and they've been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like with the little condom cover, condom cover
Yeah.
things and fucking all this other shit, whatever. That's all only going so far. You bring your own shit, whatever. Like
Plug in your own mic.
yeah, I went.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, but because it's just I've done so much shitty comedy in my life that it's like if there's nobody in the room, it's like it's no big deal. Oh, we're all outside. This ain't no big deal. There's
Right.
dogs. Everybody's watching the dogs chase each other. Like, dude, I've been through that.
Been
Kids
here.
yelling and screaming.
Sounds like my show.
I totally been there. Cars driving by the,
Jets
the
flying.
road. Yeah,
Fucking
I love it.
monkeys.
I actually what I really love about the outdoor shows, some of them at parks, are they're finding that like the amphitheaters.
Yeah.
And to me, it's always been like my dream space of performing is in amphitheaters.
They have one at like College of the Canyons, and it's like a outdoor, like multi-level, like an amphitheater like that. And I've always wondered, like, what the fuck are these for? But now it's like, these are for pandemic comedy shows.
Got a question. What is an amphitheater?
It's
like a-
the amphitheater is the stage is on the ground and the audience is raised.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like this, like the concrete sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
concrete seats and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's like you can, there's like the Hollywood Bowls amphitheater. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Red
okay,
Rocks.
You know what I
Like
mean?
all-
Yeah, Red Rocks. That's amphitheater style for performance because stand-up comics we're usually on a stage, you know, and everybody's kind of like, you know, they kind of still get it. But to me, I've always loved like because when you're on stage, you're like, oh, I'm above you. You know, comedy clubs, you're like, I'm above you. You guys think I'm all cool because you know you're looking up at me like, oh. But amphitheater's better because you put the comedian on the ground and the audience is over them. So they're like, if you want to get out here alive, you got to climb out with your laughs, you
Right.
know?
Climb
So
out
to
with
me,
your laughs.
yeah, so I love amphitheaters if I can ever, you know. So that's a plus.
That makes a lot of sense now that you say it that way. And yeah, 1000%. You know, like,
Have you guys gone out to any park mics?
We've done Beach Mic, and
That one sounds, see, the beach is tough because that atmosphere is really loud.
see, the beach we did though was real chill.
Yeah, it was-
You know, and
it
like
was-
they actually had people that like were just chilling on the beach, like come congregate.
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit
what's-
closer,
that
socially
was,
distanced and all the bullshit. But fucking
All the
right there.
bullshit.
But right there, I hate when people gotta fucking sit there. Oh, we got the mask. I don't give a rat's ass.
Well,
we
yeah,
know by
you
now.
don't.
We get the
Okay,
fucking point
come
by
on.
now.
Hey, you don't.
We already
but
touched
somebody-
the politics. Just
yeah.
chill, dude.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on. Bookoo Fiya.
I'm just yelling. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That'll be a-
I mean, Nate, you can't
It's
not
the-
look at me and see a few hippie tendencies.
I love it.
I mean,
love it. I don't hate hippies. Dan's the biggest hippie I ever met.
I know. I can't believe
not
he's-
a hippie.
I can't believe you're pulling off the half pony, dude. I could have never pulled off the half pony for
This
some
is
reason.
what I rocked in junior college. It was just
Really?
it was just like the workout, like get it out of my face thing.
Yeah.
And then people were like, I just didn't know what else to do because I put my hair I've done a full pony, and it feels weird. I don't like the back of my neck showing. It's just weird. I don't know. I just don't.
No, it's cool. It's
It's very Viking.
prey instinct. You're like, I don't expose the neck.
It fits the
Right.
Viking vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was calling Dan yesterday. Calling him a big hippie yesterday because he's 6'5" and he's a fucking hippie.
Yeah. Burns the most sage I ever seen.
Yeah,
I
not in my
don't
house.
even burn
Sage.
I don't smoke Joes in the house. You ain't smoking
Yeah,
in the
I don't
house.
burn sage. I burn marijuana
That's
on
so
a regular
funny.
basis.
I know. I didn't want to say marijuana. I went on the callback to sage. Dan. Okay, that's where.
One of the three is allowed in the house.
Right.
I love how you're like, yo, if I can't smoke fucking cigarettes, no one can burn sage.
It's a fact. That's how. Huh,
And then
Y'all
what's
talk
neutral?
about-
What's neutral? Incense?
weed.
Weed.
Oh yeah. Hello.
He bought it from the store. Got it. It's like drinking. Oh, you can't drink liquor in the house. Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
I love
Can't drink
smoking
liquor
outside
in the
though,
house?
man.
Is that-
Yeah, me too.
We had
My
to smoke
favorite.
outside of my, the Bookoo Fiya move.
I like
now-
it. I like how you say
Held the
it.
Bookoo Fiya move out. I heard you. I heard you, Nate. Sorry,
I like that.
I said no bits, but
No.
I told myself I was like, I'm not gonna smoke. I'm gonna be straight for this.
You're always straight, dog.
Right. Even when you smoke.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks.
some of the that was one of the things I miss the most about quarantine is just like the weekly routine of going to the Kill Tony every week at the Comedy Store and roasting one,
Hanging out with
beforehand
everybody,
and,
Yeah.
bullshitting, and
bullshitting and getting to know people and
I
meeting
know.
open
seeing your
micers
people
and-
get called up, and you're like, oh, fuck
Right.
yeah.
I hate saying it too. I was like, I miss the open mic comedy scene.
Yeah.
Dude, I was missing
Going
too.
out every night. And this year I've been so obsessed with reading the Star Wars books that, because I was doing comedy like every night, I was like, I need to find something like a hobby or something. And
Yeah.
so in February, started going to the library too because I was like, I don't want to pay for all these books. There's
Yeah.
over 50 books, So I was like, I don't want to pay for them. And the library, all free.
Right.
And then I would go, I'd work during the day and then I would go hopefully get a mic in and then I would go and sit at a coffee shop and read. I was so freaking happy doing that.
Right? Just in the element. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's what I would too is when I would when I said earlier, I brought up data because because I record every one of my sets audio, and then I have a book where I write down the date, where I was, every single joke, and I grade it on a scale of 1 to 3. And so I have like,
Yeah, bro.
I have over 1,000 sets.
He's got a fucking library of like his jokes and past like open mic performances where he's just like dissected all of his jokes and listened to it. And
Yeah, at the end of the year, I do tally, see like which ones like were the strongest and weakest, and I told the most and I told the less, and then all that. It's all data, man.
Yeah, and that's awesome. That it's so like because I do something like that, but not nearly on that level, and that makes
too
me
much.
think when shit comes back, I need to do that because that'll really help me figure out.
I just can't
certain
remember
things.
when
Because I record all mine, but I don't go through
it's
like that.
It's so isolated medium for me, you know. Like I'm up here and it's one perspective, and to me, it's you perform for the audience members, so you want to have that audience member perspective as you can, and that's why recording is important. More than anything, is video recording because seeing yourself, you know.
Yeah, because if you can emulate the same facial expression or you hit a
100%.
joke the same way,
You don't
'cause,
realize how you're looking down, turning your back,
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I notice like doing certain things with your hands.
Yeah, what were you
Right.
saying? I interrupted you though. How your process was?
Oh, I was saying I was gonna say damn.
You record sets.
yeah,
you
you
got
record
Recording the sets, yeah, I
Yeah.
record them,
You
but I
revise.
need to do that more.
Yeah.
And fuck.
record your sets so you can, like I said, I brought up how I can't remember stuff that I say up there, so that's why I record sets, because
Right.
and I ask you, so it's like you record sets because if you said something up there you don't remember that was funny, you at least you have it on tape. And
Yeah, you like you're
write it down
riffing or
later.
whatever. Like something happens. Yeah, I'll do that. And what I was gonna say is, like after a show, like you were saying, like you write, like because it's for
Yeah.
the audience, you perform the audience.
Yeah.
When you isn't it like the best fucking feeling whenever somebody comes up to you after and they're like, "Hey, bro, that was real good," you know?
Yeah.
Like being like real and like, "Oh, dude, that was."
Oh yeah,
that
you're
one
so
part."
stuck in your head. It's almost like I hate to say it, but you like
You don't even think.
we need reassurance at moments.
Yeah.
Especially because if you've done an open mic the day before and you did it a little differently and you got a bigger laugh or something, so you felt like you had a better show the night before, and then you're kind of down on yourself or something like that. You walk out and you're like, fuck, kind of writing yourself, and then somebody comes up to you and is just like, dude, that's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then you're like, oh, well, shit, thanks.
Yeah, I used to always have a little mini goal. I tell myself every time I get on the mic, it's if one person I've never met before, I don't recognize, they come up to me and tell me I'm funny. It's like, okay, I won.
I won.
That's a win.
dub.
That's
yeah.
put that in the heart. Keep it going.
Good shit.
You got to find tiny little things.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I say you always got to make like baby goals, you know, like take
Mhm.
baby goals so you can raise a family of success.
Right.
Oh,
Poetry.
that's fucking
Nice.
That's fucking poetry.
I've always thought of it like networking is like planting seeds,
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
They're all seeds and you let it grow.
and then you just,
Well, I
let
don't
it
know
grow
about
and then
that.
you
I
walk.
just meant I like what he's saying about the fucking family success.
If
Yeah.
you take baby steps to your certain goals, it's not like, oh, I got to get famous, you know, or I got to
Right.
get like a Tonight Show, whatever.
It's like,
That-
I
that's
got to
not
get
it.
a spot at the original room.
Yeah, I
at
gotta
Comedy
become
Store,
paid
you know?
regular. It's like, dude, just like, okay, I gotta start going to the Comedy Store more,
Right.
or I gotta, like, recording my sets and
I got to start working
finding
harder.
finding
Gotta start
comics
writing
who
jokes.
I know who've been on late night or something like that to, get the
Right.
process.
Stack success with success, Don't just, ride off of the one.
Baby steps, family of success.
We all eat.
I love it. Comedy's poetry. I've always been a fan.
It is, man.
Literature
So
and
is
poetry.
comedy is poetry, and so is talking to you, man. We really appreciate you coming on.
Oh, is
Oh,
it
yeah,
over? Are
dude.
we done?
Oh, we almost
We-
done. What is it? We
Just
at
about
1:15?
hour 15.
What else you want to talk about? We can keep going.
No,
What
I'm
you got?
good.
Conor McGregor's coming out to fight Manny Pacquiao.
Don't care.
Charity.
I want
don't
to see
see that?
don't want to see Dustin Poirier beat the fuck out of everybody. That's all I want to see.
All right, well,
Louisiana, baby.
Louisiana, bro.
Put some fucking respect on.
We ain't got nothing but bumps on a log.
We got two hands, and a fighting chance.
He's a good
Jesus.
one. He's a real good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's-
I
bad.
know.
he's
I
a
was
badass.
hoping that him and Tony were gonna fight, and
Yeah, it fell through.
I know.
Fucking bullshit.
And
But
then
hey,
Dana White's like, he didn't want to fight. He's like, what are you talking about? Give me money.
yeah,
I fight for, excuse me, money.
There it is.
yeah, exactly. Right. That's what I'm here for. Prize fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll whoop your ass, but like, not what you did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm all about the McGregor shit talk though. Just you'll do nothing.
Yeah, it's wrestling.
do
He took
fucking
everything
Well, yeah,
he
you're
does
like,
that you
please
like
don't
is
go
from
away.
wrestling.
I love the impersonation. I don't get me wrong. I got into UFC watching Conor McGregor whoop some ass. It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun to watch his little
Right.
train. But
Who the
now-
fuck is that guy?
Yeah, now it's he did a good job because you got to sell fights, and
Yeah.
like I said, a level of being an entertainer. There's
Yeah.
so much entertainment in professional fighting, but it's such an art form at the same
Yeah.
time that it's like you got to have all that respect.
And then you got to
But-
back it up when you talk the shit.
It's still a show though. Like you guys can fight on your it's still a show.
Yeah.
So
That's it, bro. And so is this, and we really appreciate you coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
you guys. I remember you guys talk about, we're going to do a podcast. I was like, I can't wait to be on it.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
And
We love you,
You
man.
did it.
Took some time, but we finally got here, and we can't thank you enough for coming grace us with the BooHaas today. Hang out with you. Hang out with you for a little bit. And we'll have you back soon, man.
Hell yeah. I love
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank y'all.
Later.